Katt Williams just dropped a bomb that nobody saw coming. In a recent podcast appearance that's already racked up over 2 million views in just 48 hours, the comedian claims Tekashi 6ix9ine never actually stopped cooperating with the feds. And according to Williams, he's got the receipts to prove it. Think about this for a second. We all watched Daniel Hernandez, better known as Tekashi 6ix9ine, testify against his former Nine Trey Gangsta Bloods associates back in September 2019. The rainbow-haired rapper stood in that Manhattan federal courtroom and named names: Anthony Harv, Ellison, Aljermiah, Nuke, Mack, and even his former manager Kifano, Shotti, Jordan. His testimony helped put away 9 members of the gang, with Shotti getting 15 years. We thought that was the end of it. Tekashi did his time, got released in April 2020 due to COVID concerns, and supposedly cut ties with law enforcement. But Katt Williams is saying that's not how it went down at all. During his appearance on the 85 South Show podcast on January 15th, Williams broke it down like this. Y'all really think they just let him walk away? After everything he knew? After everything he saw? The government don't work like that. Once you're in for life. The comedian then claimed he'd been shown documents by someone he called a reliable source in the music industry that allegedly proved Tekashi's been feeding information to federal agents this entire time. Now, Williams didn't just throw this out there without context. He connected it to something that happened back in November 2023. Remember when rapper Jim Jones got arrested in Georgia on gun charges? The charges were mysteriously dropped within 24 hours. No explanation, no press release, just dropped. Williams suggests this wasn't a coincidence. According to him, Tekashi provided information that helped Jones avoid prosecution, but not out of loyalty, allegedly as part of his ongoing arrangement with the FBI. The timeline Williams laid out is pretty specific. He claims that on November 18, 2023, just 2 days before Jones's arrest, Tekashi was spotted at a federal building in Lower Manhattan. Security footage supposedly shows him entering at 2:47 p.m. and not leaving until 6:23 p.m. That's almost 4 hours. What kind of meeting takes 4 hours? Williams went even further, bringing up the strange case of rapper Casanova, whose real name is Caswell Sr. Casanova got hit with RICO charges in December 2020, just 8 months after Tekashi's release. The indictment included wiretapped conversations from October 2020. Williams points out that Tekashi was back in New York during that exact time frame, supposedly working on new music. But was he really just working on music? The comedian also brought up something that most people forgot about. In August 2021, Tekashi's security team got into a shootout at a Miami restaurant. Nobody got arrested, no charges were filed. The case just disappeared. Williams asks a fair question. How does a public shootout with multiple witnesses just vanish from the legal system? But here's where it gets really interesting. Williams claims his source showed him bank records that don't add up. Tekashi's supposed to be broke, right? His baby mama Sarah Molina has been in court saying he's behind on child support. His ex-girlfriend Rachel Watley, also known as Jade, claimed in a December 2023 interview that he couldn't even afford her Christmas gifts. Yet somehow he's been spotted driving different luxury cars every month. A Lamborghini Urus in September, a McLaren 720S in October, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan in November. Where's the money coming from? Williams suggests the FBI has been paying Tekashi through what he calls ghost deposits, payments that don't show up on official financial records. He claims these payments average around $45,000 per month, which would explain the lifestyle but not the official broke status. The reaction from other rappers has been swift and brutal. Meek Mill tweeted within hours of the podcast dropping, "I've been telling y'all something ain't right. Nobody just walks away from that life." Boosie went even harder on Instagram Live, saying, "If this true, this worse than we thought. This man been playing everybody." Even 50 Cent, who's had his own complicated history with Tekashi, posted on Instagram, "I told you this little rainbow head MF was different. Now it all makes sense." That post got over 800,000 likes in just 6 hours. But Tekashi's lawyer, Lance Lazaro, fired back immediately with a statement. "These allegations are completely baseless and defamatory. Mr. Hernandez fulfilled his cooperation agreement in 2019 and has had no contact with law enforcement since his release. They're threatening to sue Williams for defamation, claiming damages of $10 million. Williams wasn't fazed by the legal threat. On Instagram the next day, he doubled down. "Sue me then. Truth don't need no lawyer, I said what I said." He then posted what appears to be a screenshot of a text conversation, though the sender's name is blacked out. The message reads, "They got him at the Manhattan office again yesterday, 3 p.m. Check the logs." The hip-hop community is completely divided on this. DJ Academics, who's been one of Tekashi's few supporters in the industry, went on Twitch and said, "Look, I don't know if Katt's telling the truth, but I know 6IX9INE hasn't been moving like someone who's really free. Every show he does is in a different city, never announced beforehand. That's witness protection behavior." Meanwhile, Wack 100, who's been managing the game, claimed on Clubhouse that he's heard similar rumors from what he called credible street sources. He said, "3 different people told me they seen him going into federal buildings. Not courthouses, federal buildings. What business he got there?" The timing of Williams' revelation is interesting too. Just last week, Tekashi announced he was dropping a new album called Rat Tales. Yes, he really called it that, set to release on February 14th. Some are saying Williams is just trying to generate buzz, but others point out that Williams doesn't need Tekashi's help to stay relevant. The comedian just signed a $50 million Netflix deal in December. What makes this whole situation even more complex is what happened on January 18th, just 3 days after Williams' podcast appearance. Tekashi was supposedly involved in an altercation at a Dominican restaurant in Miami. According to witnesses who spoke to TMZ, someone threw a drink at him and shouted "federal informant." But here's the weird part. Despite multiple videos of the incident, no police report was filed. The restaurant owner, Miguel Santos, told local news, "The police came, but nobody wanted to press charges. It was all resolved quickly." How does a public assault just get resolved quickly? Williams also brought up a pattern that's hard to ignore. Since Tekashi's release, at least 6 rappers who've had public beef with him have been arrested on federal charges. YFN Lucci in January 2021, Pooh Shiesty in June 2021, Young Thug and Gunna in May 2022, Casanova, as mentioned earlier, and most recently NBA Youngboy in April 2023. Williams isn't directly saying Tekashi snitched on all of them, but he's asking why everyone who beefs with him ends up in federal custody. The streets are watching this closely. In Chicago, rapper Lil Reese posted a video saying, "We always knew something was off. How you testify on your whole gang and then just walk around like nothing happened. That's not how this works." In Atlanta, 21 Savage's cousin, Young Nudie, tweeted, "If this true, this changes everything. Can't trust nothing anymore." But some are defending Tekashi, or at least questioning Williams' motives. Producer Scott Storch, who's worked with Tekashi, told TMZ, "Look, I don't know about no FBI stuff, but Katt Williams has been saying wild stuff lately. Remember when he said Tyler Perry was in the Illuminati? Sometimes comedians just talk." The real question is what happens next. If Williams is telling the truth, this would be the biggest ongoing federal cooperation case in hip-hop history. We're not talking about someone who snitched once and moved on. We're talking about someone who's allegedly been an active informant for almost 4 years. Williams claims he's got more evidence coming. On January 19th, he posted on Instagram, "Next week, I'm dropping documents. Y'all gonna see what I've been trying to tell you." He followed that up with another post showing what looks like a federal badge, though the image is too blurry to make out details. Tekashi himself finally responded on January 20th with an Instagram Live that hit 2.3 million viewers. He said, "Katt Williams is a crackhead who's trying to get clout off my name. I did my time. I'm done with all that. These people just can't accept that I'm still winning." But notably, he didn't actually deny the specific allegations about ongoing cooperation. The FBI predictably won't comment. When reached by Complex magazine, a spokesperson said, "We cannot confirm or deny the existence of any ongoing investigations or cooperating witnesses." Some industry insiders are taking this seriously, though. A major booking agent who requested anonymity told Rolling Stone, We've already had 3 venues cancel Tekashi's shows for next month. Nobody wants to be associated with this if it's true. Former federal prosecutor John Gleeson, who actually worked on organized crime cases in New York, told CNN that while he can't comment on this specific case, it's not uncommon for cooperation agreements to extend beyond sentencing. Sometimes witnesses provide ongoing intelligence about criminal organizations, but typically, this would be kept highly confidential. The streets are already reacting. In Brooklyn, where Tekashi's from, local rapper Dusty Locane posted a video outside Tekashi's old neighborhood saying, "We don't claim him. Never did, never will. And if what Katt's saying is true, he better never come back here." Even international artists are weighing in. UK rapper Giggs posted on his Instagram story, "This is why we don't move like that over here. Once you cross that line, you're done. No coming back." What's particularly damaging is that Williams provided specific dates and times. He claims that on December 3, 2023, Tekashi met with federal agents at a Marriott hotel in Newark. On December 18th, allegedly at a federal building in Philadelphia. On January 8, 2024, supposedly at an office building in downtown Los Angeles that houses several federal agencies. Williams even suggested that people check flight records. He claims Tekashi's private jet flights match up with federal investigation timelines in different cities. When there was a major drug bust in Houston on November 28th, Tekashi's jet was in Houston on November 26th. When there were RICO arrests in Memphis on December 15th, Tekashi's jet was in Memphis on December 13th. The comedian also raised questions about Tekashi's social media activity. He pointed out that Tekashi goes dark on Instagram right before major federal operations, sometimes for 48 to 72 hours. Then he comes back posting like nothing happened. Williams pulled up the dates. It happened before the Young Slime Life indictment, before the NBA Youngboy arrest, and before several other high-profile federal cases. This whole situation is making people reconsider everything about Tekashi's career. Remember when he survived that kidnapping in July 2018? Williams suggests maybe that wasn't random. Maybe someone knew something. Remember when his addresses kept getting leaked but nothing ever happened to him? Williams says that's because he's had federal protection this whole time. The implications are huge. If this is true, it means every rapper who's been around Tekashi in the past 4 years might have been under surveillance. Every conversation potentially recorded, every transaction potentially documented. Hip-hop historian and journalist Sean Sataro tweeted, "If Katt Williams is right, this would fundamentally change how we understand the last 4 years of hip-hop. This wouldn't just be about one person snitching. This would be about systematic surveillance of an entire culture." The younger generation of rappers is particularly shaken. Lil J, who's only 22, posted, "I don't even know what to believe anymore. How are we supposed to move if we don't know who's really who?" Meanwhile, older heads like Fat Joe are calling for calm. On Instagram Live, Joe said, "Listen, we don't know if this is facts yet. Katt Williams is my brother, but we need to see proof before we destroy this young man's life even more." But Williams seems confident. He ended his latest Instagram post with, "I don't speak on nothing I can't prove. February 1st, everything comes to light. Screenshots, recordings, documents, all of it." Tekashi's streaming numbers have actually gone up since this controversy started. His song, Gooba, gained 3 million streams in just 2 days. Some are saying any publicity is good publicity, but others are pointing out that this might be the kind of attention that ends careers permanently. The real test will come with his upcoming album. If Rat Tails flops, it might signal that the hip-hop community has finally had enough. But if it succeeds, it might mean fans don't care about street politics as much as we thought. For now, everyone's waiting for February 1st. Will Katt Williams really drop evidence? Or is this all just comedy taken too far? Either way, Tekashi 6IX's already complicated legacy just got a lot more complex. So what do you think? Is Katt Williams onto something, or is this just another wild conspiracy theory? Has Tekashi really been cooperating with the feds this whole time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to stay updated on this developing story, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. This situation is far from over, and you don't want to miss what happens next.